Assalamu alaikum everybody, welcome back. Mosman Oil and Gas is back again with a new RNS, new news that we need to discuss. Current market cap, guys, is right now 10.92 million. Current share price is 0.06. GBX up 38% on the 5-day chart, up 98% in 1 month, guys. And year to date, we're up 98%. So basically, guys, if you invested back in January 1st, you'd be up close to 100% on Mosman Oil and Gas, which is an insane return in what, January, February, March, April, May, in about less than 5 months, basically. Well, around 5 months. So yeah, guys, what we're going to be doing today is discussing the new news. Obviously, I was making videos on Mosman in January, so if you invested back then, well done you, but I believe there's still time for you to get in, even if you haven't already, because market cap is still only 10.92 million. So what's happened today, guys, is this. We have a brand new RNS, Sagebrush, Maiden Contingent Resources, 7 a.m. This is quite a hefty RNS, guys. So what we're going to be doing, we're going to be reading the key parts. So Sagebrush, Maiden and Helium Resources, Mosman, blah, 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 announces the first estimate of helium and hydrocarbon volumes at the Sagebrush project in Colorado, US. What we're also going to be doing in this video is that we're going to be putting all this information into ChatGPT to try and figure out what the correct and a fair market cap value for Mosman should be based on this RNS and based on the vector drilling as well. So stay tuned for that. We're going to be doing that after we read this RNS briefly, because this is quite a big one. So yeah, we have highlights. Maiden C2 net best estimate contingent resources of 205 million cubic feet of helium and 1.7 billion cubic feet of hydrocarbon gases. So main point here, 205 million cubic feet of helium. The combination of existing wells, flow tested helium and hydrocarbons, oil production infrastructure and existing gas pipeline provide the ingredients to move in stages to a potential fast track helium and hydrocarbon development at the Sagebrush project. The fast track development potential is in addition to the significant exploration prospect identified by seismic at both the Sagebrush and the adjacent Coyote Wash project. So CEO Andy Carroll has said, this maiden contingent resource estimate for helium and hydrocarbon gases is a significant milestone indicating the existing well could be used to fast-track helium production in stages. That is very promising to hear. The sooner the helium gets sold, the sooner Mosman can start earning that green dollars. We have all the key ingredients for assessing future development potential with an existing well, gas composition, production facilities and a gas pipeline. We are now working on a development feasibility study that would likely include recompletion of the well and an extended flow test, as well as design of production facilities for selling helium via road tanker or pipeline and using the hydrocarbons for power generation and or sale. In addition, at the nearby and separate Coyote Wash project, the structures at its various Leadville prospects appear on 3D seismic to be larger than the structure mapped at the Sagebrush project. We will now also commence work on a separate internal resource estimate for the Coyote Wash leases using the Sagebrush data. Given their proximity, these two projects represent a compelling combination given the data, logistics and potential development synergies. So guys, important other thing to note here is Mosman's other project, the Coyote Wash, its structures that appeared in the 3D seismic appear to be larger than the ones at Sagebrush. So obviously at Sagebrush, contingent resource of 205 million. If Coyote Wash is saying much larger, we could probably say potentially 300 million cubic feet of helium. And then the rest of this RNS goes on about Sagebrush project. I'm not going to read all this. You can probably read this up on your own time. What we're going to be doing is the really interesting stuff of copy and pasting this into ChatGPT and then trying to find out what a fair market cap value is. Obviously, this RNS is quite nice. It's got the resource estimate here. We've got the risk as well, contingencies. 5 main contingencies identified for Sagebrush project development are the following. Contingent resources at Sagebrush area. Okay, so obviously, Mosman have a 82.5% working interest in Sagebrush. So here you can see what the net would be to Mosman after that. So for helium, 205, 1683 hydrocarbon. So in reality, the whole Sagebrush actually has 305. So in that case, Coyote Wash, once we do our calculation, should be about, let's say 400 for the helium at Coyote Wash. And then obviously you got a map here, which is quite cool again. Shows a sagebrush close to Coyote Wash, proposed 3D seismic, oil targets, lead view helium target. So yeah, you can see they're all quite close together, which is also always promising, because that would mean if there's helium like there should be helium close by as well. We've got future work plan as well. In addition to the plans to acquire 3D seismic, the current basis for near-term planning is expected to include an extended flow testing of the lead field formation at the Sagebrush 1 well. This may also include flow testing the lower Leadville formation. Work has already started on development plan that is anticipated to take several months to determine the commercial feasibility of development. Interesting. So it's good to know they're hard at work. Mosman Oil and Gas. So, but what we're going to be doing now is copying this information. Copying this highlights. Okay, so we can just copy the first part, I think. So just this first paragraph here. We go into ChatGPT and we can say the following: based on the following, what is the annual revenue Mosman can bring in from Sagebrush project? Okay, let's see what ChatGPT says. Okay, estimated price. Here we go. So obviously the price of helium price potential, if it's at helium price, 92 million. Total recoverable value, that's gross revenue, but 9.2 million. No, that's not. How did he get that high? Production spread over things. Annual gross revenue. Turn this into yearly profit. Let's see what we're gonna see. I mean, this has done 75% of revenue after royalties. So royalties is actually 82.5%. So about Sagebrush should bring about, based from ChatGPT after it's done all its expenses and things, about 5.5 million USD a year. So that's just Sagebrush. If you were to add Coyote Wash, which has a larger area, we could probably guess them at what, about 7 million per year. So that gives us about 12 million. So now what we can say to ChatGPT is, now tell me what market cap Mosman will have if they achieve this. So market cap between $44 million to 55. As mentioned, right now we're only on 10 million. Now, obviously, this doesn't include like Vector and Coyote Wash as well. So what we're going to be doing is with the Vector drilling. Now add the potential from the Vector drilling campaign that Mosman has a 20% working interest in. Okay, let's see what it says now. Because I think this is important because drilling's about to start literally next week for Vector. So, okay, that's good. Add the sagebrush, working interest. Okay, it didn't add in any of the information. And not provide the potential for helium production and significant. Okay. So it still says 44 to 55 million, but we haven't added Coyote Wash yet. Now add Coyote Wash and add its helium reserves as a higher number compared to sagebrush. Obviously, this is based on the RNS where, Andy Carroll said that Coyote Wash has a bigger helium reserve compared to sagebrush. So let's see what we're going to see now. Tell me the total market cap. So obviously, guys, Mosman, a lot of information, a lot of RNSs to come, I think, in the coming weeks and months. So look, estimated total market cap for Mosman, if all projects succeed, is $100 million market cap. Currently at 10 million, as you've seen. So ChatGPT thinks, just based on Vector, SageBrush, and Coyote Wash, if they're all successful, obviously the big word in the sentence is if, potentially you could get to 100 million market cap at some point in the future. As right now, guys, we're on 10 million market cap with a current share price of 0.058 GBX. So yeah, a lot of upside, I'd say, from this position. If you haven't already invested, you can do on Freetrade. Use my link below. And if you are a long-term investor on Mosman, let me know your thoughts on today's RNS and what you think is going to happen in the coming weeks in the comment section below. And as always, be sure to subscribe and share. And peace.